Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Quite well.
I'm on the air now?
You are? Yes, you were.
Thankfully, we were. Interesting. Actually, I'm surprised to get through. I've tried calling several times. I'm doing some, as I work, I'm a security guard right now.
Nice.
But,
now you're through, so go right ahead.
yeah, well, I even really much of what your program was talking about. I was calling to really test to see if the number would work. So here I am. My name's Phil.
Phil, the number works. 1-800 boiling pits of sewage.
Yes.
Phil, is that it? I mean, it works. I mean, is there anything else I can do for you?
No, now that I have you here, or
Yes.
you have me, so I just wanted to compliment you on your show. It's really fairly recently that I began listening, and I find you and all the people who do Coast to Coast really quite intriguing, interesting, and mostly very respectful of people who differ. And of course, case in point would be our friend who just departed on the phone line there.
Yes.
Even tolerating that is a really wonderful thing.
Well, for a long time, thank you. People have thought JC was a put-on. Which for all I know he might be, but I mean, it's not an intentional put-on. In other words, there's no setup about it. There never has been. Well, as you can clearly see, and he just clearly actually proved. At least I don't screen calls, and so you're just, boom, you're on the air, and it's kind of like a giant crapshoot. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 real lines, 10 total, but 9 calling lines. So with millions of people out there, it's a giant crapshoot. I suppose somebody's got to be on JC's side so you can get in like that. International line, you are on the air. Good morning.
Morning, how you doing?
Very well, sir. Turn your radio on, please.
You turn the radio on?
That's right.
Okay. Alright.
Hey.
Am I,
on the air? Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to let you know that guy, JC, was definitely not speaking the truth. Of course, I'm sure everybody knows that. But I was going to say, if anybody about the bees, about the wars...
Well, wait, if you know the truth about the bees, don't hold back. Tell me.
Well, if anybody wants to know the truth about the bees, they need to call this number right here.
No, don't give any numbers on the air.
I can't give a number.
No, you can't. No, you absolutely cannot. No, if you know the truth about me, just give it to me.
Well, he's a guy.
You're like a guy, an author who comes on and, ask him to talk about what's in his book, and he says, well, what's in the book? Don't tell me what it is, what you're like. Tell me what it is. What's the truth about the bees?
Well, the plants are being genetically modified, the trees are being genetically modified, and they're carrying the bacteria of E. coli in the genetics of the tree. You understand what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying.
Now, when
what proof do you have that that's what's killing the bees?
there's undeniable proof. There's a lot of different scientific studies that have been done that show that there's E. coli in the plants that have been genetically modified. And they don't come back because when they go and pollinate these plants that are genetically modified, they're picking up E. coli bacteria along with the genetic modifications getting into their immune system and causing their immune systems to fail.
So it's not like they're pollinating pot plants and then going, oh, wow, man, I forget where the hive is. Well,
what is actually causing this to occur? And what I want to say is, if people want to know the truth, then they need to contact the House of Yahweh.
All right. Thank you very much. But he was about to give his phone number, and we can't allow that on the air. I don't know, there may be something to what he says. You never know about the genetic modifications that are going on to our crops. and how they might affect those, like bees that pollinate the crops. It could well be. It could well be. It could be some sort of pesticide. It could be a lot of different things. What I am shocked about is that we don't know yet. We still don't know. Don't you think by now we ought to know what's going on with the bees? First time caller line, you're on the air.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
I heard you talking about analog and digital cell phones.
That's right.
Yes, sir. I record a lot of material for rock bands, hip-hop bands, different music, and recently I've changed all over to digital. And I read about analog recordings giving off positive ionic charges in their wavelength and how solid state, and digital gives off negative charges.
Well, that may or may not be what I was trying to get through, aside from what you're talking about, is that the analog was substantially clearer than the digital. And when they went away from analog, of course, they divided up the bandwidth and gave it to the very narrow digital service, which now sounds like, well, crap.
It sounds terrible. Yeah. And I think that it's possible that the negative source in the wavelength in digital is part of the reason that maybe record sales have gone down. Maybe the sense of euphoria and the magic, so to speak, in the music has been lost, because I'm only 30 years old, but when I listen to analog recordings from the past, I always sort of get lost and they seem more magical, and it always sort of, my mind fills in more information.
Yeah, you and I are talking about different things, but I don't dismiss at all what you're saying. There was a warmth to analog recordings. Even a little bit of, a lot of musicians, for example, still love to use the old tube amplifiers because they get a sort of a warm distortion from them that you don't get from a new digital amp.
Or do you think, I agree with you, do you think that digital recording has actually hurt the art form? Do you think it's hurt people's sense of euphoria when listening to a record? Do you think a classic record could be made on digital?
I take nothing away from what you're saying. I think what you're saying has merit. That's it. But you and I are talking about different things. It's the amount of bandwidth. If they would give more bandwidth, space, to and get a higher digital rate.
And that's the reason why I mentioned it, because someone explained to me recently that analog can record more information than digital can at this time. And so you got me thinking about what I do with my living, and I just wanted to know what your opinion was, because I know that you've been around analog for so many years. And I'd like to know, are there digital recordings that you enjoy?
Yes, but they're at a much higher bit rate. What I'm trying to explain is that, for example, on a cell phone, the bit rate is so damn low because the space available for each phone conversation is so small, and the companies are so damn stingy with their bandwidth that it all sounds like crap.
Yeah, I never liked being on the cell phone too much, even though I'm on it every day, because it seems so impersonal, and just the amount of information that you can hear alone is just so minimal. It's hard for me to have a real conversation on something like you're some kind of body in the actual conversation.
Thank you so very much. I couldn't agree more with you. You've got a good point with what you're saying, and of course I do with the bandwidth, and if they would correct both of those, it'd be like the good old days, which probably are never going to come again. Goodbye, birds, bees, and whatever else I want to know.